As I said yesterday, today I'm going back home. Yeah, my mission to feed the cat finished successfully. But I'm going to do it after the lunch. Yeah, after the lunch, because just because it will be bright and will be bright. Yeah, just because it will be bright in the middle of the day. But for now, I'm going to continue on translation, to translate maybe one or two segments and eat ice cream as a breakfast. So let's start. And the translation check time. The first sentence: got fired up by enthusiasm because of the despairing circumstances. But the other thing is that, let's start from the beginning. Got fired up by enthusiasm because of the despairing circumstances. But the other thing is, I'm only an experienced author. So, and the translated version, it starts from something like, I believe humans, no. Okay, now that I think about it, having characters bloom in desperate situations is also the trademark of certain super sadistic authors, but that's another story. No, the first segment and the first ultimate fail. Yeah, because there were the construction as authors, as Sakka. I thought it's S means small, unexperienced, but it really means sadistic authors. So that's why my version is incorrect. And here is the word character. So he was talking about not himself, but also the character. I mean, it was some kind, yeah. Also, the character will get fired up after coming to a fool, something like that. Yeah, that's incorrect, unfortunately. So the next one, because the project don't have a purpose to make an innovation, I couldn't gather people, and the circle formation plan were suddenly deadlocked. Anyway, for now on, any innovation I was hoping to gather for the project has fallen through. No members were gathered, and the formation of the circle has run aground, and it's stuck on the reef. Yeah, run aground and stuck on the reef are the synonyms actually, so I decided to use the construction to deadlock. 13, what is it? Let's see. Reference number 13. Reference to. Okay, I'm not sure that it's necessary, but it's also necessary to find it again. Where could it be? Somewhere like here, yeah. This segment is quite the same. Now the situation don't have something like fresh element. I mean, there is no fresh idea, fresh fragment that can solve these circumstances, this situation. I can even say that there is no let's translate it at first. Anyway, for now, any innovation I was hoping to gather for the project has fallen through. No, it's the previous one, yeah, this one. This situation, as of now, has no new factors coming into play. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. And the last, no, not the last one, the next one. I can even say that there is no easy way to solve this problem. I can even say that there is no way to easily solve this problem. I don't even need to say it, but there is simply no easy road out of this situation. Okay, yes, it's ordinary, but it will be A story about resurrection after collapse. Not sure, because the topic changed suddenly. However, this might just be a run-of-the-mill revival from the brink of destruction story. Run-of-the-mill? I'm not sure what does it mean, actually. Not sure. Absolutely not. And I'm not sure that it have any other meaning. Ordinary. Okay. Ordinary, the same thing, because for some reason it was translated in a complex way. This might just be an ordinary revival from the brink of the destruction story. Okay, it's kinda the same, but let's come back to the first sentence, and try to correct it a little bit. I fully rewrite the first sentence because yeah, this was the sadistic author, but not the inexperienced small author. And so yeah, the meaning became the same, became the opposite. Not the opposite, but a bit different. So I actually mistaken it the first time. So let's see the corrected. Maybe it's not correct, but a different version of the translation. So, using the pattern when the character got fired up by enthusiasm because of the desperate circumstances is a characteristic of a sadistic author's writing style. But that's another story. I think that's also good. Actually, the translator in the correct version used the metaphor to bloom in desperate, bloom in despair, but I decided to use my first version. So, and the trademark, actually I used the writing style, but it's not actually a big difference. So, good, the first segment is ready, the first segment is finished, and I think I can eat lunch and move back home. I see that the weather is sunny outside, so it's perfect circumstance to do it now when it's bright and dry outside. Yeah, when it's bright and dry outside. So the next step is eating a meal and then moving back home. Yeah. But it's also possible to play with the cat, yeah? With the lazy fluffy cat. It's not that hungry like it was yesterday. Hungry and playful. It's just like the things became ordinary and it became lazy and sleepy again, like it was always. Yeah? You fat piece of fluff. Who is the fluffiest cat on the planet? Well, I'm hungry, so let's... You want more of it? So let's start cooking. I think that my choice is a fast food today. Yeah, nothing so complex. Because I want to eat fast yeah. As I said before, the fast food is my choice for today. So, and let's add some sweets to it. Something sweet. Let's find it at first place. And I see that the clothes is also dry, so when the food is boiling I have time to put them somewhere else. To the closet, for example. Let's begin, let's start. I actually don't know where to put it inside the closet, so I'll just put it there. And that's better, just like it should be. So it's time to start. It's time to start my lunch. Yeah, to start my lunch and to start my trip finally. So let's begin. And the ice cream as a dessert, perfect addition. And I see that the sun is even intensified, so yeah, it's the perfect timing to start this trip during the next 30 minutes. And it's also a good idea to turn on the dishwasher, because dishes would not clean themselves. Okay, and it's time to put the bicycle clothes and start it. Yeah. And I lost the cat again and found it in the ordinary place where it hid it. Yeah? Yeah? You think I don't know where you are? So it's necessary to open the door to make it easy to go out of this place. Why is it lying there? Is it really comfortable to lie on these things? I'm not actually sure about it. Absolutely not sure about it. It's too dark. Too dark to make a photo here. Maybe like that. Yeah, from the distance. No, it's too dark to make a photo in. It's too dark to make a photo inside the couch. Not the couch, the closet. Yeah. So well, it's time to go. It's time to go. It's even possible to maybe put the cat out of the closet, but I will just open the door. I think it will be enough to just open the door. And it's also time to throw out the trash. It's so convenient that it's possible to do it just only 5 meters near the door. Maybe not always so convenient, but it's better than going somewhere outside, in my point of view. Convenient invention. Great! The air is fresh in the middle of the day. The sun is shining. The ground is dry. Yeah. And the wind is actually exist, or how to say it. But it's not so intensive like it could be. So it's supposed to be a good trip. I hope so. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. The sun. Very rare actually, characteristic of the day, this time of the year. Very rare. The best place to see the winter scenery is the forest, in my point of view. Perfect. Ultimately perfect. And the air is so fresh today for some reason. So fresh and dry. It reminds me of the summer evening for some reason. Maybe because of the sunset, yeah, it looks similar in some case. And finally the slope, yeah. But it could be dangerous to move through it using only one hand. So I think I will do it without a bicycle. But it's one of my favorite spots on the way back home, actually. On the way back home, because going backwards on this slope, going on high, is not so comfortable. It's cool to go down the slope because there's no need to rotate the wheels, to rotate the pedals. So convenient. So convenient place. And I'm entering the vehicle zone, so let's test the new winter vehicles with the cars on the dry road. So I finally reached the bridge, and what can I say? That I can see the sunset just like in summer. Cool, but it was actually a little bit on the right, as I remember. not here but somewhere there. But it's not necessary. Cool to see the sunset in the middle of the day. Yeah, and I had a feeling that the lanterns would be turned on after maybe 20 minutes or maybe 10 minutes. I have some kind of feeling for some reason. And also that it could be dark after half an hour, maybe even an hour. Yeah. But it's just cool that it's now bright and I can see the sunset from this bridge. Perfect picture. The city center is crowded as always, as I can see. Yeah, as it's supposed to be, actually. I almost came home, and what can I say? That it's much more comfortable to go through the dry city, even in the winter, because when it's raining, when it's sleet everywhere on the ground, it's horrible, ultimately horrible. But when it's just ice and the winter road is actually dry, like it's summer now, it's good. And actually it's much more comfortable to go through the city when it's bright and not dark like at night or something, or in the evening just like now. Yeah. The evening came so suddenly, so it's time to cook a dinner. But it will be also, I think, noodles. Yeah, the noodles is my choice for this evening. Yeah. The days are so short in this winter, unfortunately. I'm not that hungry, so it will be enough. And plus some bread with the jam. Yeah, enough to finish this short, yeah, surprisingly short day because of the weather outside. But it was actually fresh, yeah, during the trip back home. So let's start eating and continue translation tomorrow, or maybe today. I don't know, maybe I will do some translation after the food, or maybe not. I don't know yet.